Welcome, dreamer, to Evernight Stories, where night whispers become stories, and stories become dreams. This morning, we return to the Morning Hearth, just as the season shifts in a single quiet breath. Outside the small bakery, the first snow of winter has begun to fall, not in swirling storms or hurried flurries, but in gentle, wandering flakes that drift down like soft pieces of light. The sky holds a pale wash of blue and lavender, a quiet winter dawn just waking. Each snowflake settles carefully along the rooftops, on window ledges, across the cobblestones near the door, tracing the world in a thin, glistening outline of white and silver. Inside, the bakery glows with a warm, muted amber that deepens against the cool tones of morning. The windows fog at the edges, capturing small breaths of warmth from the kettle left on the counter overnight. Flour dust still clings faintly to the wooden boards, a reminder of yesterday's work, waiting to be continued in today's calm. In the corner, Bram sleeps curled on his favorite blanket, his fur rising and falling with slow, easy breaths. Even he seems to sense that this is a different kind of morning, a softer beginning, wrapped in snow and quiet wonder. And so the day opens gently, with warmth on the inside and winter blooming softly just beyond the door. Clara pulls her shawl a little tighter around her shoulders as she steps toward the front door. A faint chill lingers in the air, the kind that arrives only on mornings when winter has finally decided to settle in. She unlatches the door and opens it slowly, letting the cool breath of the season slip inside. A thin layer of snow rests across the doorstep, not deep, not heavy, just a soft dusting that glitters beneath the pale lavender light of dawn. Clara crouches to brush her fingers along its surface. The snow is cold in a gentle way, the kind that melts almost instantly under the warmth of her touch. A few flakes drift inward with the breeze, settling onto the wooden boards before disappearing into small beads of water. Clara smiles quietly and steps back inside, closing the door to keep the warmth in place. She moves through the bakery, lighting each small lamp until the room glows with soft amber circles that rest against the darker tones of early winter light. The golden hues mingle beautifully with the cool blues slipping through the windows, creating a delicate balance of warmth and cold, inside and out, a perfect morning symmetry. Bram lifts his head at the sound of the lamps switching on. He trots to the door, sniffing at the faint trace of snow as if confirming the world has changed overnight. Clara makes her way toward the stove, feeling the soft contrast between the cool air lingering near the windows and the gentle warmth gathering inside the bakery. The kettle rests where she left it, a simple silver shape catching the faintest glow of the lamps. She fills it with fresh water, listening to the quiet splash echo in the peaceful morning stillness. When she sets it on the burner, the flame flickers to life, casting a warm shimmer that reflects softly against the metal. Soon the first threads of steam begin to lift upward, curling in pale ribbons through the air. Today calls for something bright, something warm enough to meet the cold at the door. She reaches for the tin of peppermint tea, lifting the lid to release a crisp, cooling aroma that feels like winter distilled into a single breath. She adds a touch of honey to the cup, imagining how the sweetness will soften the sharpness of mint, a perfect balance for the first snowy morning. Outside, the snowfall grows steadier, flakes gathering quietly along the windowsill. The world appears blurred and gentle, shaped entirely by softness. The kettle begins its soft murmur, a familiar comfort that fills the bakery with a sense of safety and calm. Clara pulls her shawl closer, letting the warmth of the moment settle deep into her chest. The soft clink of the teacup draws Bram from his blanket. He stretches slowly, his paws sliding forward across the floor before he straightens into a gentle arch. A small yawn escapes him, warm breath rising into the cool morning air, and then he pads toward Clara with quiet curiosity. She opens the door just a crack to check the snowfall again, and Bram noses forward, pressing his snout into the narrow space. A flurry of delicate white flakes lands on the tip of his nose. He blinks, surprised, then sniffs the air as if trying to understand this new softness that wasn't there yesterday. Clara laughs under her breath, a warm sound wrapped perfectly in the stillness of the morning. She retrieves a small towel and gently wipes Bram's paws before he steps inside. His fur holds the coolness of the outside air, so she kneels to run her hands along his back, letting her palms warm the chill away. Bram settles beside her near the stove, curling into a comfortable heap, just where the air turns warmest. His eyes drift half closed, but every so often he gazes toward the door, ears tilting slightly, as if listening for the whisper of snowfall. Clara pours hot water over the peppermint tea, and the scent fills the space around them, bright, warm, soothing, a perfect companion for the quiet presence at her feet. Clara sets her warm cup aside and pulls a mixing bowl toward her. On mornings like this, when snow mutes the world into softness, she likes to bake something gentle with spices warm enough to lift the chill from the air. She measures out flour, watching it fall in pale clouds that catch the lamplight like drifting flakes of their own. A scoop of brown sugar follows, soft and fragrant, its grains clinging to her fingers before dissolving into the white beneath. Next comes cinnamon, a delicate shower of warm color, and a touch of honey that pools slowly in the bowl like liquid sunlight. She folds everything together with a wooden spoon, the edges of the mixture gathering and releasing in quiet, rhythmic motions. Outside, the snowfall continues, flurries settling into the gentle hush of morning. The sound of the spoon stirring through the thickening dough blends seamlessly with the muted world beyond the window. Bram lifts his head briefly, nose twitching at the familiar scent of cinnamon warming in the air. Satisfied, he lowers his head again and continues his slow, steady breathing, a peaceful counterpoint to Clara's movements. When she places the dough onto the counter, her hands work instinctively, rolling and shaping with practiced calm. The bakery grows warmer, cozier, as the first batch of winter-spiced rolls begins to form beneath her palms. As Clara dusts flour across the counter, the scent of cinnamon and honey awakens a quiet memory that has slept untouched for years. She pauses, hands resting lightly on the dough, and lets the moment drift toward her as softly as the snow outside. She is small again, standing at the doorway of her childhood home, wrapped in a scarf too big for her, watching the first snowfall of the year blur the world into shapes that felt both magical and brand new. The cold nipped at her fingertips, but she didn't mind. She had been waiting for this moment, waiting to see the world transformed into something quiet and bright. Her grandfather joined her at the door, his warm hand resting gently on her shoulder. He told her that snow had a way of reminding people to slow down, to listen, to breathe deeply in the soft white silence it carried. She remembered standing there beside him, feeling the calm settle into her bones even before she understood what calm truly meant. A soft sigh from Bram brings her back to the bakery. He shifts against the warm tiles, close enough that she can feel the steady reassurance of his presence. Clara smiles to herself, grateful for the memory, and grateful for the quiet mornings that allow such memories to rise gently, like winter's first light. With the dough resting beneath a cloth, Clara drifts toward the window, drawn by the soft pull of white light gathering along the glass. The snowfall has grown steadier, not hurried, not heavy, but full and gentle, draping the morning in a peaceful quietude. She wipes a small circle into the thin layer of condensation, fogging the inside of the window. Beyond it, the town looks softened, rooftops wearing pale blankets, chimneys exhaling faint ribbons of smoke, the cobblestones nearly hidden beneath a growing lattice of snow. Each flake falls with its own delicate path, meandering through the air, as though it has nowhere to be, nothing to become, except exactly what it is in that moment. Clara watches them drift, her breath naturally slowing as she mirrors their effortless descent. Her tea warms her hands, the peppermint rising lightly with the steam, a bright counterpoint to the muted world outside. She lifts the cup closer, inhaling the cool sweetness as it softens in the honey's gentle glow. Behind her, the bakery's warmth expands like a soft blanket. Bram's quiet breathing, the hum of the oven, the faint tick of the old clock marking time only because it must. Clara presses her fingertips lightly to the window pane, feeling the contrast between cold and heat, and allows herself to stand in this still, perfect moment, until everything inside her feels just as calm and clear. Clara returns to the counter, the cool window light still lingering in the back of her mind. The bakery feels warmer now, the kind of warmth that grows gradually, quietly, until it wraps the entire room in a gentle glow. She sets out a smaller bowl and reaches for a single orange. Its bright color looks almost luminous against the palette of winter blues spilling in from the windows. With a grater, she shaves fine curls of zest into the bowl, each fragment releasing a fresh, bright fragrance that lifts the air. She mixes the zest with a bit of sugar and butter, watching the textures soften beneath her wooden spoon. A hint of vanilla joins the blend, changing the scent into something warm and tender, with just a whisper of citrus. Bram raises his head again, eyes following Clara's movements, not out of hunger, but out of that quiet curiosity he seems to reserve specifically for mornings like this. His tail gives a slow sweep across the blanket, as if to say he approves. Clara shapes small rolls from the rested dough, pressing a thumbprint into each one, and filling the center with a touch of the fragrant mixture. When she places the tray into the oven, a soft wave of scent rises, bright and comforting, expanding through the bakery with a promise of simple joy. With both batches baking, the bakery drifts into a deeper stillness, one shaped by warmth, quiet light, and the soft sound of snow finding its place just beyond the door. Clara pours herself another cup of tea, the honey dissolving into gentle swirls that glow faintly in the winter dawn. She settles into her small wooden chair, pulling her shawl around her shoulders as she watches the snowfall soften the world into watercolor shapes. Bram rises from his blanket, stretching once before settling at her feet. He presses his side lightly against her boot, a quiet signal of presence and comfort. She reaches down, fingers brushing through his warm fur, and feels her breath ease into a slower, gentler rhythm. Clara looks around the bakery, the dim lamps, the bowls and utensils resting on the counter, the trays cooling from earlier days, the flour lingering in faint patterns on the wooden boards. Everything feels familiar, rooted, held in the soft glow of this snow-marked morning. She thinks of how the seasons turn gently, of how each one brings its own kind of stillness if she pauses long enough to notice. And here, with Bram beside her, and winter settling softly outside, she feels a deep, quiet gratitude, a sense that the small moments are the ones that shape her life most tenderly. The first tray signals its readiness with a gentle click from the oven. Clara rises, smoothing her shawl as she crosses the warm floorboards. When she opens the oven door, a wave of fragrant air spills outward. Cinnamon, honey, and a breath of orange mingling into a soft winter sweetness. She sets the tray on the cooling rack, listening to the delicate crackles as the pastries settle into their shape. The second batch soon follows, filling the bakery with a richer glow as the oven's warmth continues to breathe through the quiet room. Clara wipes the counter slowly, sweeping away faint traces of flour and shaping the wooden surface back into its clean, familiar form. Each movement feels peaceful, measured in the unhurried rhythm the snowy morning seems to grant her. Bram lifts his head, pads over to inspect the new warmth in the air, then circles twice before curling up again, closer now to the cooling pastries and their comforting scent. Clara dims a few lamps, letting the soft winter light take on more of the room. Outside, the snow has thickened, coating the windowsill in a smooth, pale layer that glows gently against the bakery's darker interior. The morning feels nearly complete, warm inside, quiet outside, everything settling gradually into its rightful place. Clara stands once more near the window, drawn by the soft white glow that has deepened along the street. The snowfall has slowed now, flakes drifting in long, unhurried paths as though the sky itself is beginning to rest. Each one lands quietly, folding into the smooth blanket already covering the doorstep. Inside, the bakery is warm in a way that feels almost alive. The lingering heat from the oven, the dim lamps casting gentle halos, the faint, sweet scent of fresh winter pastries cooling on the counter. It all gathers into a stillness that settles deep and comforting into the center of the room. Bram lifts his head, ears twitching softly as Clara steps toward him. He watches her with sleepy eyes, tail brushing the floor in a slow, contented sweep. She kneels to stroke his fur, feeling the warmth beneath her hand and the steady rise and fall of his relaxed breath. She dims the final lamp, leaving only a soft golden glow near the cooling rack. The bakery darkens into a peaceful blend of warm amber and winter blue. Outside, the world hushes into a quiet held gently by snow. Inside, Clara lets out a slow breath, a quiet exhale of gratitude, safety, and calm. If sleep has found you, let it keep you. Good night.